Hello, guys. Welcome once again to our channel. We're here today to talk about the new season and episode of The Sister Wives. Firstly, let's talk about this intro for this season. Man, the intro looked like a war zone intro. I felt like I was watching a war movie because of the way the intro was. Are we going to war? Is the season of the of Sister Wives going to be a war zone? Well, let's dive into it. We know that last season we already saw Kristen asked for a divorce from Kody and the aftermath of the divorce. Now, there was one thing I noticed in this episode of the Sister Wives. Kody is up for blaming every single person for his issues. Every single person is the cause of his problem. No atom of, oh, I have a stake in these issues being happening in my family. Every single person is the cause of his problem. He blames Janelle for not being obedient, for being close to Janelle. Sorry, for Janelle still being close to Christine even after the divorce. He blames Christine for asking for a divorce and bringing divide to the family. No, you need to look at yourself in the mirror. They are not at fault. I did like what Janelle said about Kody in today's episode. She said in the recent episode, she said, you can't blame Christine for dividing the family. You decided to have a plural family. So you are the one that is supposed to keep your family in check. Whatsoever decision you take in life, you are supposed to be able to have the capability to stick and keep that decision going. You decided to say, I want to have a plural family. So stick with it and keep your family together. If your family is not together at this stage, if you can't keep your family in one place at this stage, then you should look at yourself in the mirror. Stop blaming others, which is what he was doing all through this episode. Meanwhile, we had um Robyn here crying. Oh, I wanted my sister's wife. I wanted my sister's wife. I didn't know how things turned this way. Really? It's the fact that I don't understand whether they don't look at things like they want to blame everybody for the situation. Why not looking at themselves? You are not looking at yourself that probably I contributed a little bit to this problem. They are not. Because this part was one of the issues. He in he told Janelle that her children has to come and apologize to Robyn because they were like, you know what? We need our father here, which is true. You can decide to have a plural family while having being close to one certain family and not the other. They are all your kids. They should have equal amount of love from you. It shouldn't look as if you love this family more than you love another family. So for them to get upset and call you and say, and call your wife, call Robyn and be like, let our father come and meet us. They were hot. What you should do was to have a conversation with them, not telling them that they needed to come and apologize to Robyn. And Robyn every time coming to our confessional saying, oh, I didn't ask him to tell them to apologize to me. Really? You both sleep on the same bed in the same house. There is no way you won't have voiced that you didn't like the way the call went. You didn't like the way things went. And of course, Kody being he wants to be the king, he wants to be the knowing person, would say, okay, fine, I need to ask them to apologize to you. Even in this conversation, she didn't look as if she was not really wanting the apology. The only thing I felt like was surprising to her was that she was shocked that Janelle was saying that there was no need for any apology. They needed to have a conversation. And if that is not happening, then she's not interested. and she's going to have Christmas with her kids. She was surprised at the turn of the event that Janelle was not going to be in support of that, being like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to ask them to come apologize to you. Because Janelle loves her kids. If there's one thing Janelle has proved, is that she loves her kids. And if their father decides to be a douche by not being an appropriate person, by not knowing his responsibility as a father and what he should do as a father, that is not up to her to change that. And Kody has the guts to come say, oh, the women has more closeness to their children, so they could control their children. And, the response they have to him, the mothers have control over it. That means you've lost the plot line. If the women have more control over your kids than you, their father, you have lost the absolute plot line. You were never a good father. You were never a good role model. He's talking things and not looking at himself and being like, okay, probably I did add to the situation. I did cause the situation. That was what upset me in this episode. Because he was not taking accountability for nothing. Every other person is to blame. Janelle is to blame. Kristen is to blame. Meri is to blame. Janelle's kids is to blame. Kristen's kids are to blame. Any other person but Kody and Robyn. Robyn has been the exceptional wife to him, being there for him. He has tried to be the good role model, good father, in good standing, while every other person just decided that, you know what, I'm just going to act irrational. Kody, please look at yourself in the mirror. What pissed me off was the fact that he was like trying to come that Janelle was close to Kristen, that is not friends, he's divorced from, and they are not close, and he's still pissed at her. What problem is Janelle's problem if you're still pissed at Kristen for leaving you? Why should Janelle inherit your annoyance? She doesn't have any issues with Kristen, so why should you get pissed off with her? They are close. They understand each other. So why should you get pissed and throw her away? I don't understand. That is where he's always fucking up, thinking that everybody has to inherit the beef. You divorced from the wife. You didn't make her a good. You didn't make her or made her love you as a husband. Then all of a sudden you are getting pissed that Kristen and Janelle are best friends. Please spare me that nonsense. They should still be best friends. They were in a plural marriage. They love themselves as sister's wife. Whatever relationship they have as sister's wife does not concern you. If they flourish even after leaving you as sister wives, it's their responsibility. Like Kristen said, my responsibility only in this marriage. I saw reason with that when she said the responsibility she had in the marriage was her relationship with the sister wives, because it was her responsibility to know and keep the relationship with her sister wives. So if the responsibility with her sister wives are not good, that's her own. That's on her, not on Kody. Which makes sense. Kody's responsibility is to keep the family together and keep the love equal. Why the women's responsibility is to keep the relationship between themselves cordial. But you as Kody is, he expects too much and brings less. I literally did feel bad for Janelle, because Janelle is still having this vision of building in Coyote Pass. I felt bad for her because when she explained some things, I understood. You all came together with your income, contributed money, and paid for Christina's house. You all came together, contributed money, and paid for Robyn's house. What is stopping them from coming together and paying the loan of Coyote Spas so she could build that house? I believe it is one of her dreams, because she has already drawn out a plan of the house she's going to build there. Like I said, if Kody wanted to put things in perspective, he would have done this. This lady, that was her dream. And Kody is getting pissed off that she said, I don't want to buy a house. She knows getting a house means that the income will be going into another place instead of saving to pay off the loan in something that is very important to her. and you're blaming her. It was like, oh, Robin bought a rented a had a rental. Christine had a rental, and the rental of Robin was taken out under her, so she decided to buy it. And 2 years later, Janelle should have bought her own house. Mm. That's not her dream. It was Robin's dream to have a house, and you guys came together, brought the income, and bought the house for her. It was Christine's dream to have a house. You guys came together. She wasn't selfish and bought the house. So, what is there for you guys to come together once again, bringing your income once again, like you've done for others, and pay off the loan in that past so that she could actually actualize her own dream? And Robin is there crying, oh, I never wanted to buy a house. Please spare me those things. Spare me. I don't even know what to say about Mary. She I don't want to laugh at her because it's not going to laugh at people's predicament, but she's laughable. This episode, she was laughable. Because your relationship is not good with Kody, but she's the number one supporter of Kody. Kody did this. Kody is a good husband. Kody is trying. Kody, and he doesn't talk to you. Your husband that you're married to calls you his friend. And she said in this episode, at least friends talk. So he calls you his friend, but you don't have interactions at all. So why are you in that marriage? Why do you still stick up for Kody? Why do you still make it look as if Kristen is a bad person for asking for a divorce, and Janelle not respecting Kody by being friends with Christine is a bad person? When he doesn't even have conversations with you, that is his wife. He literally doesn't recognize her. And this part where she was like, she got his jacket and she was like, oh, it's been a long time I had a hug from Cody. And I'm like, you haven't had a hug from your husband in a long while. You haven't had him care for you in a long while. I would have gotten that as an information and left the marriage along, even before Christine. I would have left the marriage even before Christina left. If there was one person I expected to leave first, I thought it was her. But Christina was wise enough to leave. And I think Robin is just, giving her, when you give somebody a little in so that they will feel like if they are appreciated. Why should you be appreciated by your co-wife and not by your husband? And you think, yeah, that is love. Coming when they were having this conversation, talking about the Thanksgiving, look at a family that was very huge where they used to come together. They have a very huge family. They used to come together and have Thanksgiving. Has been reduced. Has been reduced to this. Only the last Thanksgiving they had, only Meri, Kody, Robyn, and her kids. What happened to Janelle's kids? What happened to Christina's kids? He used this COVID thing. Anytime I hear Kody say COVID, it pisses me off because he used that COVID to cover up all his misdeeds. Then we hear she was here also saying that she didn't understand Christina and Kody's relationship and she didn't understand why she decided to divorce. And I'm like, you're saying that Christina broke the marriage, broke the family when you and Kody don't talk, don't laugh, don't gist. He doesn't recognize you as one of his wives. At least he's still pained by Christina leaving. I'm pretty sure if Meri wants to leave, he won't have any ounce of pain in him. But you're caring because she said she doesn't want to have a relationship with you guys because you were not supporting her. You saw her as an enemy. So why would she want to have a relationship with someone that literally saw her as an enemy when she decided to leave a toxic relationship? A relationship she was not finding happiness. A relationship that was draining her. You saw her as an enemy. So she had to leave. And because she said she doesn't want to be friends with you, you feel bad. Literally happy because Christina is all for her happiness. In this episode, she said she doesn't want to see Robyn for now. So she was not going to spend the holidays with them. And I understand. She is in a point where she needs her peace. So seeing Robyn is going to ignite a lot of things because according to her, she said a lot of things that I'm going sour when Robyn came into the family. They used to celebrate Christmas holidays. They had traditions where they celebrated together as family. But immediately Robyn came into the picture, most of those things stopped. She's not blaming Robyn because it still falls down to Kody. But you understand, I understand where she's coming from. I don't want to see Robyn. I don't want to be reminded of, the time where I felt like you took a lot of things from me, my kids, my family. I understand where she's coming from. But nobody else is wanting to understand. She's all here crying. I wanted my sister wives. I want them to be close. I wanted to sit on them. Anytime she cries, like it pisses me off. Those tears are crocodile tears. Tears that did not come from the heart. And the fact that in this episode she was saying, I wish that now that Kody is tired, Kody is not strong enough to do all these things. He wishes that that's Robyn, and Janelle can come together and take up the mantle while Kody is relaxing. Why should I do that? Why should I take up any mantle while he's relaxing? He decided that he wanted to have a plural marriage. He knew what it takes to have a plural marriage. He knew the responsibility he had to meet when he decided to have a plural marriage. So there are disadvantages and advantages to every single thing you do in life. So if things are not working the way he envisioned it, is to go back to the drawing board and ask himself, where did I go wrong? That is the right way to do things. Not for you to sit down and say, Janelle is wrong, Christina is wrong. And the way he was selling in this episode saying, I'm still very angry at Christina. I still want to stay and have my time to be angry at her for the divorce. The way he's talking, you would think that this guy Kody was so much in love with Christina. They used to spend time together. Probably she was his favorite wife. I feel he's just pissed off because right now they can't control her income again. No more, because they contribute their incomes together for whatever they wanted to get. And Robyn was the one enjoying most of it. So right now he has lost Christina's income, lost Christina's everything. So that one is over, gone. And it feels like the more Christina stays with Janelle, the more Janelle is close to Christina, she might influence. I feel like he's just scared. That's why he's trying to stop Janelle from being close to Christina. Because it feels like if Christina could step away from this marriage, she could be like a person that people will look up to, like, oh wow, she could step out of this marriage. So what can I? He's scared. Simple and short. He's scared from any other person stepping out. And the reason why I feel like he has not finally, even when he's not close to Meri, he's not close to her, they are not talking, they're not friends, he doesn't fancy her. He literally, I don't want to say it, but I feel like he hates her. But he's still keeping her because of that income that she has, the income she's bringing to the table, because he doesn't want to lose that. Me, I feel like he keeps this lady because of their income. The income they generate, they bring together for the family. That's what I feel. So that him and Robyn can have the life they want to live. So that's why he's scared. He shouldn't be scared. He should go back to the drawing table and ask himself where I failed as a husband, why I failed as a father, since I decided to take the step of being in a plural marriage. Well, guys, that's what we're going to end it for today. Don't forget to like and comment on our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be talking about every episode of Sister Wives. See you guys next week.